Shazam issue 12, written by Jeff Loveness, art by Brandon Pearson. So this is our guest artist and writer before Johns comes back for his 2-part finale to his story, as we've learned recently. And what was funny is that Matt earlier on kind of gave a sort of hint of his opinion of this when he made a noise when we were talking about the books we're going to be talking about today. And it kind of surprised me because I thought this was not bad. But I mean, we'll find out why Matt didn't like it, I suppose.
Again, it's fine. I want Johns to finish. I just want the end of Shazam. This book has been going and going, and it keeps getting pushed. Like,
Matt, I have to ask, do you feel like you'd have preferred to just have delayed, whatever, and the next issue of just this issue 12 would have been Johns' issue, but in a month's time, rather than random fill-in that we've got here?
Like, yeah, it's fine, but I don't feel like this adds anything to the character of Billy Batson, or he gets to team up. That's cool, I guess. You don't see that too often, but I don't know. I just feel like Shazam's in this weird place where he feels like he should be more relevant, but for whatever reason he's not. And I feel that that's his entire career since he's been around. He outsold Superman way back in the 40s and 50s, and then ever since he's just kind of there.
All right, so Jesus Christ, we're going far based on one fella. Just give me a minute here, right? This issue is perfectly fine, right? It starts off with the Crocodile Man shows up. He's in a business suit. I actually really like the dialogue between Billy and Freddy. Freddy kind of making fun of how he has shit villains because he's got a crocodile in his business suit, and he basically says, compared to Superman's gallery or even Batman's rogues gallery, it's the best. And he's like, you never team up anywhere. So Billy's was, all right, fine, I'll say Shazam. And obviously he fights the crocodile first, but then he's flying Billy home. And he has the idea, because he's never had a team up, to fly to Gotham. And again, like, Billy's talking to him over the comms or over his phone, I should say. They don't have comms, they're not Batman with tech. And Billy's like just sort of waiting around one of the blimps, just been like, no, I'll hear about something. It's like, you're going to hear something from a blimp, and then sure enough, he kind of does. And he flies to the factory where something's going down. Scarecrow's got a bunch of people hostage. And there's a joke here about how he's like, how many derelict factories does Gotham have? I flew over like 4 just getting to this one. And Scarecrow shows up, and Shazam's all kind of cocky because, nothing can affect me, yada yada. But of course it does. The gas does, and I did like the idea that Scarecrow can tell from the way he screams that he's actually a child. He's like, wait, I know fear. This is not the fear of a superhero. This is the fear of a child. That's interesting. So Batman shows up. Interesting costume on Batman, I thought. They went for kind of a blue cape. Kind of old school. No thoughts? Okay.
Sure. No, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. I thought this was an enjoyable one-shot of a comic. Basically, Batman kind of has to help him save the day. He's kind of inspired by seeing Batman's like sort of history with fear. And they beat Scarecrow, and Batman refuses to call us a team up, but he kind of acknowledges that, hey, look, when I was a kid, like I sort of gave myself over to being Batman, but you have a chance to actually still be a kid and be yourself for a while before you have to fully take all the responsibility. So he goes off, and Billy's like, that was totally a team up, yeah. So, and he says Shazam and flies off. I thought it was a perfectly fine one shot. I think what made it work for me is I typically like the art. I thought Peterson's art worked really well. I thought the transformation from Billy to Shazam page especially looked really good. Them bonding is because he's saying, oh, I've just got a crappy crocodile that I fight, and Batman's like, oh, well, I fight a crocodile technically in the sewers usually. And he's like, oh,
he doesn't wear a suit.
Doesn't wear a business suit. Why would he wear a business suit? Oh yeah, mine neither. Mine doesn't wear a business suit. And I thought the Freddy Billy dialogue was really good. I thought that I could really feel the inspiration of the movie here. The idea of Freddy trying to help him sort of develop his superpowers and like who he is as a superhero. I was definitely getting vibes of that, sort of feeling the influence. Don't get me wrong, would I rather have the next Johns part of the story and just have this come after Johns is done? Sure. But I enjoyed reading this well enough.
Yeah, no, again, it's fine. But yeah, like it's Shazam teaming up with Batman, which is not a team you'd ever think. right? Like you don't think those two. One of the first team up comics I remember buying was the Shazam and Superman. I think it was called First Thunder. And that was pretty fun. So yeah, I like seeing Shazam bounce off. But yeah, again, it was all right. I mean, I don't know. I just by the time I got to this book, maybe I was burned out. I don't know. I want the John stuff to be done to see where we're going.
What you're saying is that 100 pages of Catwoman.
It might have
put you in a bad place for this one. Is what you're saying?
Maybe.
Nah, I think it's enough time with this. It's a one issue fill in. Honestly, like this made me think that Loveness wouldn't be a bad permanent replacement. I don't know what he's like with long form storytelling. Like I don't know if he does good arcs, but I enjoyed this one off issue certainly.
I believe he's doing a 2-parter on Justice League. I think that was what we got in the last solicits.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that is then, because I thought this was all right. So yeah, that's it. Matt, what are you giving it?
I'll give it a 7.5. You know how I roll. You should not be,
I can't. The whole thing. Oh, it's fine. I don't care. It's just okay. I don't really want to read this.
Go back to my Twitter and see what 7 to whatever meant. And it's
no, but this is the funny thing is I thought fairly me and Matt are going to give it a different range, but I always had 7.5 in my head because everything I described, this was solid and fun and had some good stuff in it. This was a 7.5.
From if I had to take Matt's verbal review, and put that into a score to what makes sense to me, it would have been like a 5.5 to a 6.
Yes, I agree. That's what it sounded like.
I don't know. I make a mockery of the rating system.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. That is Shazam issue 12.
Accomplished.
I mean, I enjoyed it well enough. I think it was a fine fill-in issue, essentially, for what a fill-in issue can be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to wherever it goes next.